Welcome to Isla Movement. For this class, we will need a towel, a block, a chair, and the space by the wall. The material will be listed in the description of this video, and let's get started. So grab your towel and make sure that we will fold it in a roll kind of type. So this class is special for treating anxiety, and that happens also when the thoughts on our head are too fast and we are too worried about situations. So this class is especially for having our brain in a most relaxed way as possible. So just create this very tight roll. Place your sacrum at the bottom of the roll and lay your spine over the roll. Make sure your knees are pointing up and grab your block and place the block either over the roll, or you can roll a little bit the towel in. Actually, it creates an extra support for the neck. And this is one option, to have your hips down on the floor, or you can actually a bit upper on the roll directly on the towel and have your head over the block. In this case, separate your feet so you have steadiness and your balance is not as wiggly. Place your hands over the ribs, and we will start here in this point. Again, just visualize that when you come to this class for an anxiety situation. So anxiety, what it does in the body is like a messenger, but it's a really quick, fast emotion that moves the thoughts and moves the movements, the inner motions of the body too fast. Anxiety wants us to be prepared, to plan, to be ahead of the risks that we can feel, of the hazards that we can experience. So let's just make friends with that emotion. And let's just start with some gratitude in terms of acknowledging that having that mechanism makes us to be prepared, to be ready, to think a little bit ahead, and to act wise. Sometimes, however, it's too much planning, it's too much being prepared for things, too much worried. And this is what we want to settle down and to relax today. So again, check in. Where in your body you feel this quickness, this fast motion, this need to have a lot of things too prepared. And keep breathing, no judgment on this. Long deep breath in and long deep breath out. Acknowledging that sometimes maybe you experienced stressing situations and you want to be very compassionate about that. Long deep breath in, long deep breath out. And let's just go into a side reclined pose. Come into a seated pose. So have your legs crossed and feel your spine after that nice massage over the floor. We're going to place our hands on the chest and we want to start feeling that we can disconnect from that sensory hyperactivation. Use your breath here. Disconnect yourself from that sensory overwhelming, and that you can ground a bit more with that exhalation. Long deep breath in. Place an intention for today's practice and exhale fully. Very well. So we're going to have our towel by the side and we're going to grab our chair. Also put the block on the side. So make sure you stand up very carefully with some movements maybe on your spine. Maybe you want to do some circles on the spine, just getting ready for what is happening. So take your time, put your feet forward, stand up, bend your knees, all elbows over the thighs. Relax the neck here, gazing down. Hands over the thighs, straightening the legs, pressing the legs backwards, lengthening the spine forward. Again, bend your knees and come all the way up. Open here your chest and take your chair. Have your chair in front of you and step around 1 foot in front of the chair, 1 foot distance. So we want to separate the feet hip width apart. Draw your hands up. Inhale, really reach up, coccyx in. Bend your knees and exhale. We're going to place the elbows over the seat of the chair. Bending the knees, gazing down. Again, where in your body is that you feel this anxiety being too hyperactive? Too much in an alert, alarm kind of mode. Now we're going to place the elbows over the chair and we're going to have the heels, the base of your hands on the forehead and the fingers pointing to the crown of your head. So you want to hold your head here. You want to tell to your brain that the brain has to slow down, to come down, leaving the top position in terms of directing the body, managing your whole system. So we're taking it down to the earth, to the steadiness, groundness, to the stillness of the earth. Very good. Now we're going to take opposite elbows and dangle completely our body down. Gaze to your belly or to your knees. Allow the hamstrings to stretch. And again, we're going to come up. So circle your hands to the sides. Inhale. Reach up. Reach and reach. Coccyx in, navel in, pelvic floor up. Press the soles down. Inhale here and exhale. Circle your arms down. And again, we're going to go to the chair with the forearms. So first, your head is not supported, but Lengthen the neck, please. So here you're gazing the toes. You maybe want to paddle your knees, bending one knee and then the other, also lifting the toes up, allowing the legs to start to engage, to speak louder, to send also messages to the body as the brain does. But what we want here is to quiet the brain. It's too fast, it's too alert, too much planning, too ahead in the future. Very good. Place the base of your hands on the forehead and the fingers again, holding or grabbing or touching the crown of your head. Make sure that the touch that you give to your body is safe. And in here, maybe you want to straight a bit more the legs, stretching hamstrings again, lifting toes, long deep breath in, supporting the head. Allow the chair to give you more support so you can feel that the weight of your torso, you can relax it down, and this will help to stretch your legs and glutes. Very good. Inhale here, bend your knees. Exhale, grab opposite elbows and come down into this variation of the forward fold. Come to your breath, giving silence, space, quietness to the brain. And again, circle your arms to the sides, come up, bend your knees as much as you need. Reach up, coccyx in, navel in. So the core belt, the pelvic floor, everything in the center, everything in the core is pressing in. So you can reach higher up and ground better down. And we're going to do it one last round. So exhale, circle your arms out and down. You can step closer or further from the chair so you can have your forearms pressing the chair. Again, gaze your toes, relaxing the neck, feeling the blood flow going to the heart, to your head, oxygenating the chest, the brain, feeling that it's being nurtured, it's being taken care. So it's okay to relax. We're talking to the brain now, especially. Good. Last round. Hold your head as you have done it before. Safe touch. It's okay to plan. It's okay to think ahead. It's okay to prepare for problems, for risks, for challenging circumstances that you need to deal with. Not everything is a danger. But now it's also time to relax, to know that you have that ready and you can relax. Very good. Inhale up. Let go the chair. Again, grab opposite elbows. This time, cross your arms in different way. And just feel if you can let the torso come lower, heavier. Gaze your knees, long neck. Very good. One last inhalation, very long. And exhale fully. Very good. Good. Now we're going to grab the chair here and come to your knees. In this case, you always have the blanket here for give you some support, especially on the knees if you need so. Maybe you do need it, maybe you don't. But here we're not in a rush. We're giving the body props, support. Place your head on the seat of the chair. You can use your arms underneath the forehead. And this is such an interesting and nice grounded posture. But here we're not inverted, so the head is above your heart. Come back to your breath, long deep breath in and out. Very good. So we're going to put the chair aside. And we're going to sit on the blanket as so. Just make sure it's folded this way and have your block ready. Sit over the blanket, please, and bend one knee. I usually start with the right one. Have the knee relax down. In case this hurts, you can also place another either blanket or block, but we're going to use one block for this forward fold. So again, we're going to bend the knee that is in front of us as much as possible, because in here what we want to focus is in lengthening the torso forward and relaxing the torso down. So place the block underneath your elbows. You can place your palms together. You can do again the last gesture that we used, the heels of your hands in the forehead and the fingers pointing to your crown. And again, we want to give a little stretch to that hamstring, to the glute, to the lower back, but really bend your knee as much as you need it. Now, checking the body, where do you feel this speedy sensation, this fast motion? Take your breath there. And relax your exhalation, very long exhalation. We're going to stay here for 2 more breaths. If you need some heightness, you can also use the block in its highest version and hold the head. So you really, really, really want to relax the neck. Visualize that the brain comes to a rest. We're giving it a break. We are requesting some silence, but it's a very nice demand, very gently demand. This is not an order or a command, because usually we don't respond better like that. But if we relax that part of our body, especially using the breath, if we let it be, but giving it lots of breath, it relaxes. So we're not calling the attention with commands, but understanding, giving space, giving silence. Let's switch to the other side. So come up gently. Give yourself one breath for lengthening the spine. Reach up with the crown. Reach to the sky, and let's switch to the other side. Straightening one leg. This is also very good series for people that runs, for runners that have tight legs, tight hips. So you can start, of course, with a tall block, or you can take it to the second height. Whatever feels best. Don't hesitate on how much you want to bend the frontal knee. And again, your elbow supported on the block, but especially we want to hold the head to feel the weight of the head becoming heavy. With each inhalation, you're lengthening the torso, drawing the coccyx backwards. With each exhalation, relaxing the movements in the brain. Checking in with where is that I feel the fastness, the quickness, the hyper motion, the worriness, the insecurity. Where do I feel it in my body? Now, again, take your breath there. Very good. One last breath here. And come back up. Inhale. Lengthen your spine. Reach up with the neck, the spine, the head. Feel the head over your heart, the heart over the hip, everything on a vertical line. Very good. And inhale. Let's go to the wall now and start with only the block. Let's put the towel close by. The buttocks are going towards the wall, and then you're gonna be closer. There you go. Lay, and with the feet, first the block, so you can actually play closer as possible. Block it. And now lift your hips up and place the block over the sacrum. However, it feels best. Keep moving your body towards the wall so you can actually feel that the block is over the sacrum and the head is very comfortable down. You might want to put an extra heightness with the towel over the block. But if you don't need it, then you can just stay like this. Your head is very comfortable. Your legs are reaching up. You can bend the knees if that feels necessary. And again, we want to take quietness and stillness into our head. We want to slow down. Those really quick thoughts, a lot of inner chatting, a lot of inner talking, chewing the same thought over and over again. So take the exhalation there and relax. Come to your breath. Listen to your inhalation. Listen to your exhalation. We're going to stay here for 3 more breaths. Straight your legs, please, as much as possible. And now cross your legs as if you're in a cross-legged seated pose, but this time reclined, laid on the floor. Feel your legs relax, your chest open, connecting to the breath. It's that resource that help us all the time and it's always there. Very good. One last deep inhalation. And with your next exhalation, uncross the legs, place the soles of your feet on the wall and lift your hips up so you can take the block out. And coming to the sided reclined pose so you can come out of this posture and come back to your mat. So we're going to have the block in front of us. Cover it with your towel and we will place our legs there, also in this laying posture, facing up. And you can do it crossing the legs or you can do it with the legs straight. Just feel that the legs are a bit upper here. Press the lower back down on the floor. Inhale, interlacing the fingers and reach ahead, beyond the head with the fingers here. Inhale, reach more and more and more. Start opening your eyes. Sometimes it's really difficult to be quiet, to be still. Sometimes we need to practice it with our body first, and then the mind, the brain will start getting the idea. We will create this new normality, but we will start from the body, from the legs, like activated, but actually not going anywhere. Very good. Put your elbows by your ribs. Lift your head up using your elbows pressing the floor. Come back into a seated pose. Very good. Again, we're going to place the towel underneath our hip. Sit over the towel. This time is a bit higher, so it's perfect. And we're going to use the block again in between your knees. Your knees can be as bent as you need. And we're going to go again into this forward fold. Elbows over the block. And this time we want to have the crown of your head reaching forward and the torso heavy, heavy, relaxing down. 2 breaths here. With your next inhalation, we're going to step the block a little bit further forward, place the elbows, adjust it if that was too much or if that was too little. And again, hold the head, hold the head. We really want to start feeling the weight of your head in your hands, on your hands. Maybe you want to rock your head a little bit side to side. Relaxing the lower back. Feeling that the upper body melts down. You can only observe. You're not the planner anymore. You're not the guide anymore. You're not the manager anymore. You are only an observer that sits still, that quiets its chatter mind, that you can allow to melt into your environment, into the air, into the ground. Inhale, come up. Very good. And exhale, we're going to lay this time facing down. So take your body into laying down pose. So you can again use the towel over the block. This time the block is in its lowest position. I really like this posture. So one knee is bent, the other is straightened, and you will support your head over the block. It's just like a pillow, but it's way more firm. Your hands are resting down again with this gesture of not doing, a gesture of not being. Just allow everything to also happen and accept it in a safe place, in a safe environment. We have done our part, we have prepared for things. So getting relaxed is also a hard job sometimes. Just make sure you're fully into it. Very good. We're going to switch to the other side. So you can just go ahead and switch to the other side. Sometimes I try to put my chest over the block as well. Place a blanket there, a towel there, so it's comfortable. So we can lift the torso and feel some relaxation on the lower back. Give it a bit of an extension here. Follow me in my Instagram. I will talk a bit more about how to soften anxiety, how to understand it, how to make friends of it, not letting anxiety to control our movements, our pace, but to understand, to hear its message, to enact if we need to do something, but then to rest it, to let it go, so we can also live calm and peaceful. Thank you very much for joining Isla Movement, a space where mindful movement meets healing. See you next time.